Just because he's handsome and goes to church, that doesn't mean he's a man of God, sent by his angels to make you happy. No, we must be wise in our decision, and for that, it is necessary to ask the real questions. One of the phrases pastors often hear when it comes to divorce is he or she is not the same person I married. It is indeed possible that after several years of marriage, our partner changes radically in certain areas, and catastrophic circumstances transform a person's character too. These are difficult issues that need to be addressed, marital challenges that need to be dealt with, and the help of a counselor will surely be necessary to avoid divorce. But often, after a good discussion, partners will realize that they had already seen this trait before marriage and ignore it. Or they had simply never studied this facet of their partner before getting together. Too many Christians get married with their eyes blinded with love, thinking that by getting married before God in a church, their marriage will be perfect. Jesus said to carefully calculate the cost before following him. If you want to build a tower, you first sit down and decide how much it will cost to see if you have enough money to finish the job. Luke 14:28. But this principle also applies to our relationship. Before we commit to marriage, we must do our research. Let's not be naive. When it comes to romantic relationship, here's what you need to know. Before your first date, here is what you should try to know. Especially if you meet your special person, if you had met that person on a dating site, or if it's just from an acquaintance of yours. So before spending an evening with this person, look to some common topics. This will allow you to have discussion topics in the bank to avoid uncomfortable silences, especially in the case of a first date after an online introduction. Be sure to share basic information with a trusted person in the extreme case that you have come across a dangerous character. But that's about all. Don't start doing an in depth investigation on a person you barely know. The idea of the first date is to get to know each other precisely. So don't be a stalker. Let the person introduce themselves to you little by little. The next step of your investigation is during your dating period, before you officially commit to each other. This is the time to do a bit more in-depth research into various areas of each other's life. Get to know their friend. They will certainly tell you a lot about them. Also, meet their family. The way they care for their parents will tell you a lot about how they will take care of you later. Is he a hardworking man who takes on challenges? Is she a spontaneous woman who likes to spoil those around her? What is their emotional state when the weather is depressing? What are their hobbies and how much time or money do they spend on them? Does this person prefer to be alone with you or prefer to go on groups outings? What is her relationship with God? And is the fruit of the Spirit manifest in her life? How did their old relationship end? And what did they learn from it? If they start telling you that it was all the ex fault and that they have nothing to blame, that's fishy. And look, are they teachable or are they stubborn? During your dating time, there will, of course, be beautiful romantic moments. But we don't have to stop there. we also have to put our rose-colored glasses aside at times and take out the magnifying glasses to examine the person's character traits. How do they react in different situations? Be wise and analyze the situation carefully. Your close friends can also help you on this, as can your spiritual authorities. Listen to their observation and consider them. Although ultimately it will be your complete responsibility for the decision whether or not you will continue the relationship based on the information you have gathered. When you're super good friends, and you think, I'm ready to get engaged, like when you're ready to take the premarital classes, that's when you have to ask the big questions. That is the time when we show each other our bank accounts and reveal our debts and financial commitments. That is the time when we go see a doctor for a complete health checkup and we share the result of those checkups with our partner. It's in this time that we reveal to the other person what sins, bad habits that we're struggling with, whether it is pornography, alcoholism, gambling, or gossip, or anything else. That is that time that you have to agree on your common life project to see if you have the same spiritual aspiration. Because when you're married, committed before the Lord to be the life partner of this child of God, you will not be able to break this alliance by claiming that you are not aware.